Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ohio State Primetime Live late night with myself and Mike here at Ohio State, the Boys College Football. Mike, how you doing, my guy?
Man, chilling, man. I can't complain. It's been a great week, and just looking forward to some more football this Saturday. So I
I'm
got no
right.
complaints.
I'm right with you. Well, everyone, use this day, this night to talk to you about everything coming out of the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Woody. What do they have to say? What do they have to talk about? What awesome quotes? What's going around the country? But before we do all that, please make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you are watching on X right now, make sure to share the stream. If you would like to, go ahead and go to YouTube, type in Ohio State, the Boys College Football, and join Mike and I and everyone else here in the chat. Mike, what are we starting off with, bro?
Man, it's just a jam-packed week that's been going on. Ryan Day had his interview Tuesday, and the players just got done having their interviews tonight, man. We've been catching up, listening to that. But before we get started, I wanted to ask you, because we've been hearing about Julian Sand for Heisman, JJ for Heisman, JJ for Belindakov, Cardinal for Belindakov. And in the player interviews, they gave some really humbling answers. Even K-Mac, talking about what he has done. We'll get into that later. But they gave really humbling answers, just talking about it's about the team. It's really, just all team, only if it helps the team win. The individual awards don't matter. It's all team. Do you believe that the players are not thinking about these national awards? Do you believe that they're truly just focused on the next game and winning those, and not the style points, not how they're winning, not the stats? Do you truly believe that these young guys are living what they're speaking?
No. I'll tell you a quick story. My junior year of high school, I got injured halfway through the season, but I still came in the next season as one of the top players in the area on the pre-dream team. You're damn right. I knew I was on that dream team. I want to make sure I stayed on and going through the year.
Right.
But with that being said, like, do I think these guys have it at the forefront of their minds? No. But I do think it's on their minds. And it rightfully so. I'm not mad at them for that. Part of this game is accolades. Part of playing sports is accolades, including for the team and for yourself personally. They are goals. And I think if you ask all these guys what's the number one goal, they would tell you beat the team up north, win the Big Ten championship, win the national championship, and then I think everything else will come with that. So I don't know. Do I believe them? I love y'all. No. But I also have no problem with it. How about you, bro?
Yeah, I want to believe them. I mean, I would say that I do believe that there are some players on the team who don't think about the awards. But I mean, it was just after that game, me and you talked about it. Just Julian saying what he posted on his social media, that 10 talk. Like, I mean, these players are feeling themselves. And to be honest, I want it. I felt like we've had the dogs on a leash for a long time, especially like when CJ Stroud was playing. And I think it's time for Day to finally unleash the hounds, man. Let them go crazy.
But I will say the cool part about it, when the awards came out, for like the Heisman favorites and all that, the semifinals and all that stuff, you saw Jeremiah and Julian Sand. They reposted the other. They didn't repost their own stuff. Came from the Ohio State X account and on Instagram, Facebook. So I thought that was real cool of them. Real selfless. By the way, shout out to everybody in there: Jam, Aaron, Rod Farva, Steve. Glad to see you guys in here. Also, Daniel Berry Sports highlights. But I don't think it's anything Ohio State fans should be worried about. These guys know what the goal is. And I'm sure Ryan Day has that very much tempered in there. Because look, there's a lot of guys in that on this Ohio State team, Mike, that are going for awards right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. It's a good team. Like, rat poison.
Might
But
as well. I mean, my thing is, might as well go for it. And that kind of brings me to one of my questions. You know, Ohio State has this game. It's going to be what is this? A 1 p.m. kickoff on Big Ten Network. I want to ask you, do you feel the Buckeyes will come out and be conservative? Because one thing that Ryan Day, the only thing that he cares about is win the game. Do you think that we're going to see the conservative Buckeyes, or do you feel like we're going to go out there, put the points up on Purdue, and then let the backups get in? What kind of game do you think this is going to be?
So I have Ohio State win this game I said, what did I say? I said 45-6. I do think we're gonna still try to capitalize off the pass game, but at the end of last week's game, we had some success in the run game. Honestly, early on, we did with Isaiah West. We pulled him out. Not sure why. Shout out to Coach Locke, but not sure why you did that. But we had over 150 yards last week rushing. I think we try to capitalize off of that this week. I can see them continuing to try to press that run game, which they've been doing all week all year, honestly. But with Maccabee being out, they're starting running back who has actually had success against Ohio State 2 years ago. And even though this Purdue team is better than what they were last season, at least they have more fight in them. I'll say that much. They have a quarterback who turns the ball over. He has 7 interceptions on the season to his 9 touchdowns. Ohio State is going to get to that. I think we're going to blow them out just for the simple fact that they can't score and they're going to give the ball to us.
Yeah. So another question that I have to ask you: the Buckeyes, they were ranked number 1 in the latest college football playoff rankings, the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went ahead and did an instant reaction right after our interview with Landon Tingwall, right? You had to fall off, but we kept it going, you know.
Yes, you did.
Shout out to Garrison, man. You know, being a
family
man.
Shout out to you.
Hey, no, man, you taking care of the kids, man. Hey, anybody who's
both of us.
Hey, anybody who in kids' life and being positive, man, definitely deserves a shout out. But the Buckeyes was ranked at number 1. I was actually surprised about this because one thing that I felt was Indiana had a better win than us. So I expected them to possibly be number 1. I believe that Texas A&M does not have better wins than Ohio State. So I wasn't expecting them to be over us.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have been mad. I kind of wanted to be 3 or 4, you know, but how are you feeling about being the number 1 team in the country, Garrison?
Groundhog Day. No, I thought Ohio State was ranked right. They should have been. The only other team I would have been fine with being ahead of us, or not fine with, but understood being ahead of us, was Indiana, because they had that Oregon win. And then also, I mean, they had the win at Iowa, which I thought to be impressive. And so the only Texas A&M is the only one I wouldn't. I think Texas A&M is a good team. And over the last couple of weeks, Mike, I've actually been having a personal vendetta against them. And it's not because I don't like Texas A&M. I actually like that program and what they represent. This isn't a shout out, but you have guys like Booger McFarlane going on ESCCPN trying to push that Texas A&M narrative. I had Texas A&M fans weeks ago telling me, like, when I said their defense was bad, they got at me. That defense gives up 24 points a game. You can talk to me about top 10 offense Arkansas. They give up 40 plus. You give up 40 to Notre Dame. I can't Just because you have a good offense does not mean you have a good team. A la 2021 Ohio State, a la 2018 Ohio State. So you're winning games. That deserves credit. They are ranked right. Well, I have Alabama at number 2, but they're ranked somewhere around where they should be. But no, Ohio State's number 1. They're right where they should be. We got the number 1 team, the number 1 quarterback, the number 1 offensive line, the number 1 wide receiver unit, the number 1 defense, number 1 coach, number 1 DC. If you want me to get egregious, I'll say number 1 OC, but we're not going to do that. So, no, man, I think Ohio State's right where they should be, Mike.
Man, I agree with you. I think that as much as I did not want Ohio State to be number 1, I do feel Ohio State is the number 1 team in the country. We'll get more into the rankings a little bit later into our show to discuss, is there any bias going on, and some deeper thoughts about where we feel certain other teams are ranked later on in our show. But I do want to talk to you about what's going on with ESPN, because even Kirk Herbstreit, our very own Ohio State Buckeye, he is bending the knee and is telling all of you YouTube TV subscribers to go to this network of keepmynetworks.com or all of this crap. Like, and then it's not just him. I seen Holly Rowe. You see Adam Scheffner. You just continue to see all of this ESPN propaganda regarding this. And how do you feel about it? I feel, I'm taking a stand. I kept my YouTube TV. I'm not canceling it. I'm taking a stand, and I'm standing with YouTube TV on this. And I feel, as a Buckeye fan, why would I get rid of my YouTube TV? The Buckeyes is playing on Big Ten Network. Doesn't impact me. And one thing I was raised in is you got to stand for something or you fall for anything.
Boom. Mike, say that one more time for the people in the back.
Oh, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
And the congregation says amen. Yeah, I'm with YouTube TV on this. I have no problem. Like, YouTube TV wants ESPN. I'm sorry, ESCCPN on. Like, they want that partnership. Why wouldn't you want that partnership, right? With that being said, though, ESPN is so gung-ho about what they're trying to push, the narratives they're trying to push. I'm actually surprised by Adam Schefter, with him being a Wolverine fan and a graduate, that he would even do that too, especially with Kirk also. But Kirk, he does what he does. And so I think that before the season ends, specifically during playoff time, ESPN can go 2 ways about this. You're gonna find a way to get that deal done with YouTube TV, and boom, you got everybody there watching it, right? Or ESPN is gonna say, "Well, screw everybody. Hey, Ohio State fans, during the playoff, you want to watch your team? You know what to do." And so,
I go to the bar.
And so, like, my dad, he already caved. That man caved already. I was with him yesterday. He said, "Yeah, man." He's already got the ESPN subscription, but I mean, he's got the dough for us. So I understand why. But he wasn't for the cause. He wasn't for the cause. And I will perfectly be fine with watching Big Ten football for the rest of the season. And if I have to watch some ESPN stuff for the SEC and the ACC, I will go. Shout out to Will's highlights on YouTube. I'll go watch it there. So, hey, Mike, I'm a big fan of watching guys' reactions to football games. I'll go watch it there. Yeah. I don't have to watch all these. I don't have to watch full game. I don't even watch full SEC games unless I really need to. So
I do. I like to have all the games on, man. Like,
I'll be watching action.
Like the Rod Farver said, I like to split all the screens. I like to watch all of them, but I mean, enough is enough. I've seen ESPN do this. See, a lot of people, maybe I'm just old or whatever, but a lot of people don't remember that ESPN used to do this stuff to the cable providers. Like I
Oh
had
yeah.
AT&T Uverse, and I remember I was young. It was like first time paying a cable bill. To be honest with you, I had AT&T Uverse, and I remember ESPN and them doing this stuff, and I'm calling, hey, what's going on? I pay way too much money for this. I pay way too much money for this, and and guess what happened? My bill goes up. So,
Shoot, man. Hey, before we continue, man, let's answer some of these questions that we have in here. Shout out to Steve watching from X. He says, "Do you guys think we prep for the Wolverines daily? Does a bear shit in the woods?" Like, I definitely think that Ohio State preps for the team up north every single week. I think it's every single day. Everything you do leads to that game. So, Mike,
I was reading the comments from Aaron.
wait, bring it up. What did he say?
He said, I heard Mike be spoiling all the games in spaces. My goodness. Man, bro. I don't know about that, man. I got good internet, but it ain't that fast. I say that's Grim who be doing that. But I think that the Buckeyes is always prepping for the Wolverines, man. Bro, that dude said he got cable downstairs, satellite upstairs.
Yeah, everybody using
I'm
the
like,
Wi-Fi.
bro, that dude, yeah, he doing too much. He watching in the future. But I think that the Buckeyes are always prepping for the Wolverines, man. And they're, you even heard Josh Downs on the Downs to Business
Man,
podcast.
shout out to them.
Yeah, you heard him asking his brother about that game. So you could tell that conversation about that game has came up between them two. The fact that the older brother is asking them. So
Yeah.
I know that this team has been preparing for them. It goes back to, for me, it goes back to when Ryan Day in the preseason, when everybody was discussing, oh, you hired this guy, I forgot his name, the gentleman that we hired as an analyst, but he was known as Matt.
The guy that was with Matt Patricia and the page. Yeah. Matt Patricia said he's like my eyes.
Yeah, that guy. So, but when the reporters was asking Ryan Day about it, like, oh, you got this guy from Matt Patricia, he said, no, I got him for me.
Yeah,
and I believe that that's the guy who has been prepping, been watching that team up north, watching them tendencies on offense and on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, this team is definitely ready and prepping for the Wolverines. You can bet your bottom dollar. And I guarantee you, Matt P doesn't want to let these players down. And here's the difference. I felt like at times going into that team up north game, our players weren't willing to run through a big wall on the defense for their coaches. I have a different feel. I have a different feel this year.
And by the way, I mean, for those that don't remember, Urban had someone specifically that did nothing on the staff but watch, study, and analyze the team up north. And so that's one of the cool things I love that Ryan Day took on from him. Shout out to Aaron. He says, I got us winning 45-0. Steve from X says, Ohio State 31-0 over Purdue. The honorable jam. Actually, the award show should take place after the Natty so that the players can enjoy it.
Agreed.
I agree. And that's when the season's full, honestly over. Let's be honest here. But I think the Heisman and the Maxwell should be before the playoff because guys continue to play on while other guys are. Which I mean, most of the guys in the playoff are in the Heisman ceremony.
I don't think so. I think it should be later, but they would have to move the season. They would have to move the season up because at that point, like you even heard, a lot of the Buckeyes didn't get to participate in the combine because they were healing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So these guys also are getting ready for the combine directly after. I mean, if it's possible, yeah, make it happen. But the awards and ceremonies, like before the playoffs, it's ridiculous.
Shout out to our guy Cam Luther Van Just from X. When we posted the stream, shout out to you, bro. Most def, much love there. And then day 1K. What's the word, good fellas? Hey, I'll tell you what the word is, man. Ohio State right now is 10-1, which means they're perfect against the spread. And when it comes to talking spreads, you know, it's all about betting. So a quick message here from our guy, Mark, from the Voice of College Football.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
All right, Mike, man. What else do we have here on the docket?
Man. All right. So I did want to ask you before we get into, you know, a little bit more about what the players were talking about. What are you looking forward to going into this game? For me personally, it's about seeing more of the young guys. Ryan Day, in his interview today, he talked about, you know, building depth and having depth. He even talked about it in his press conference yesterday, you know, about having depth on his team. But I've always been a proponent of game reps, they matter. You know, we seen Zion Grady a little bit get in games. Those game reps are crucial. But I do want to see these guys play a little bit more extended time, more of a full quarter or a quarter and a half in these games. What about you?
I'm right with you. Was it 2 weeks ago? He talked about the receivers, specifically Mylan Graham and Quincy Porter, being able to spell our starting receivers, give them some time because we're going to need them late in the playoffs. Clearly see that there. They got him last week, this week also. Zion Grady, I can't wait to see him next season. Yeah. I can't wait because I think he's going to be a slotted starter. We still got Bo Axton has to come back next season. So we'll see who's on. Zion has to be the guy. We'll see if it's either Bo or somebody else next year. But I love that. Of course, we all know over at corner 6, Devin Sanchez, he's a starter. And that's just what it is now. But yeah. Oh, by the way, like someone that's been getting in and putting some good tick while he's in. I don't want to forget his name. Is it not Leroy? It's safety, Mike. He's a safety. It's not Leroy. This is I'm mad I can't remember this kid's name.
Yeah, don't give me the line, bro.
I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, I think this is one of those weeks where you need to get Purdue out of there quick. And you want to be able to get the young guys in because I do think there are Ohio State, Leroy Roker. Thank you, Rod Farva.
Yeah.
Thank you. When he's gotten in the game, I liked what he's been doing. Would love to see him get some more PT in this upcoming week. But no, man, I think Ohio State's done a great job of getting the young guys in specific moments when we need them. One guy I would love to see get more playing time, Mike, is he's a defensive tackle freshman. He was then on the last drive against Texas.
Jarquez Carter.
Jarquez Carter.
Yeah. Yep.
If Ohio State has the ability to spell some of our defensive tackles, specifically the starting three, which I'm saying are Edric, McDonald, and Malone, do it. Do it. And because next year we are going to need that kid. So yeah, I'm right with you. I'm right with you, bro.
Yeah, him and Edric will be nasty. Oh, that'd be so nasty, man.
Caden, if you want to come back to college, do it.
I don't think that the NFL is gonna let him. But But speaking of Caden, man, how do you feel about K-Mac handling his snap count? Right, he's gotten a higher snap count. One thing this offseason he had been talking about was getting the stamina, and in his interview, they asked him about that, and he gave one of those humble answers. Again, it's all about the team, but he also discussed that he has a planner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this planner helps him out with his diet, his cardio, his academics, asking him, hey, have you talked to the family? Asking him, hey, how you doing? And he said that this all started with this plan in the summer, having this planner, and it's just been working, man. What do you think about K-Mac and him being able to handle the pressure and what Coach Day basically gave him, right? You got an assignment. It's time for you to be a starter. It's time for you to be a leader. It's time for you to take this serious. How do you feel like K-Mac has handled it, and what do you think about it?
I think he's done an outstanding job, a marvelous job. First off, shout out to him being the young man he is, being able to plan out your day like that. I think a lot of people that go through life, especially as adults, some people actually don't know how to plan their days and strategically do that. And for him to be able to do that at such a young age is very impressive. K-Mac, before the season started, I think Larry Johnson said he wanted 20 good snaps out of him every game. It was like 20 to 30, somewhere between that number. And he's been giving that, if not maybe more. I would have to look at the snap counts. But he's done that. He got his weight down from last season. He's a really good pass rusher at the D tackle spot, which shows. And I think that K-Mac, man, I thought that he would have a pretty good season. I had no idea that he would anchor the defense the way he is. And clearly all the preparation that he's done to get to this moment from high school to now, he has done at an elite level. And when you do the small things at an elite level, you then allow yourself to do the bigger things at an elite level, like play football at Ohio State and start for Ohio State. And so everything he's done is impressive. I'm happy for the young man. I'm proud of the young man. And like I say, if anybody else wanted to bring up from another team or program and say that their defensive tackle is the best in the country, and if you show me the stats and if you show me all that good stuff, I can have the argument with you, but there's not a single defensive tackle better than him in college football. Not better than him. So, no, man, shout out to K-Mac. And shout out to K-Mac also. I don't know if we ever talked about this, Mike, but shout out to him for getting that McDonald's money. Ching, ching. Ching,
yes,
ching.
Sir. Yes, sir. Well, let's keep it with the defensive line, right? One man that we have seen continue to get better is Kenyatta Jackson. And it's all started with a conversation that he had with Matt Patricia and Larry Johnson. And now you have seen him continue to build on that and get confidence to where even Ryan Day has spoke on the confidence that he has. Do you believe we will see more of this Kenyatta Jackson that we saw last week against Penn State? Do you believe that we'll see more of that Kenyatta Jackson moving forward?
It's been 2 weeks in a row now. This would be the week to do it, a third week to do it. Like Mike, I try to grade guys off if I know you haven't been playing well or not, K-Mac, not K-Mac, but Kenyatta's been playing good all season for what he's been asked to do in this defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to grade guys after the third game because I need consistency. If he goes out there for a third game in a row and there's no reason for me to believe that he can't and does that, man, we're cooking. Mind you, right now, Caden Kerr, because and shout out to my guy Mike, he's a Wolverine fan on X, but he said he thinks Ohio State's pass rush, like the organic pass rush, so just the D line, it struggles. K-Mac and Caden Curry are the number one sack duo in the Big Ten right now. And mind you, that's only with not I said K-Mac, Kenyatta Jackson Jr. lead the Big Ten, or as a duo in sacks. If that continues, like Michael Jordan said, the ceiling is the roof. I really believe that Kenyatta Jackson Jr., because of his ability, if he's able to get to the quarterback, that only helps the team in an extravagant way. Because even though Caden Curry has been doing great this season, he doesn't have the likability that Jackson Jr. has, right? So no, man, he's a game wrecker. The D-line's better. I don't care what anybody says. I posted earlier what positions I thought for Ohio State were better, even or worse. The only one I said that was worse was the running backs. But some people argue me on D-line. Bro, I'm watching them. They're better at getting to the quarterback.
Well, here's the thing. We also talked about this. Me and you, we talked about this plenty of times. Why do a lot of the former Ohio State defensive players that played under Jim Knowles look better in the NFL than they did at Ohio State? I mean, you see Jack Sawyer making the plays that he's making in the NFL, so where you got the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers walking up to him saying, "This is why I come to Columbus, Ohio."
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
look at the Cardinals.
His potential Denzel Burke, like their potentials just weren't able to be tapped into. And what you're seeing from Matt Patricia, be able to maximize these players.
Yeah.
This leads us into my next question that I wanted to ask you, because Jermaine Matthews spoke today saying that he believes this defense can be even better. That he doesn't believe that they're at 100% yet. You starting to see guys like the Tywone Malones get coming on in their season. The Edric Houston coming along in his season. Now you seeing the Kenyatta Jackson coming along in his season, and Devin Sanchez coming along. Like all of these guys are still coming along. And you're seeing Matt Patricia doing different things with you. Do you really think this defense could be even better than what we're watching?
Well, before I answer everybody, if you're just now joining on X or on YouTube and you missed it, go ahead and check out Spotify, Amazon, or Apple. You can check us, Mike and I, and everyone else on there if you missed the first half of this show. Mike, to answer your question, it can be better. It can. And I want to pull this up, Mike, right here. And this is one of the reasons why. If I can find it here I think it was from the Rob Farva. Here it is. He goes, "What about Jason Moore?" We actually, Mike and I actually, we talked about him. It was a few days ago, or was it last week? But I think it was both times. If guys like him and Will Smith Jr., we still, Lorenzo Styles still has to come back. You still got Jay McClain in his first year starting, getting better every single. To be honest with you, Jay McClain's been playing at an elite level since week 1, and that gets over talked for some. That doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, about how Jay McClain's play. But this defense can be better, and I think it will get better. I think that by the time you see us in the playoffs, will you probably see teams score more than 6 points against us, 7 points against us in a game? Yeah, because you're playing the best of the best in that given year. But this Ohio State defense, there's guys that still got to get healthy. There's guys that still getting better. There's guys who are still first-year starters like Jalen McClain, and even K. McDowell can be better. You still got Devin Sanchez on the boundary at corner, still learning the position, how to play the college game. This defense isn't through yet. And anybody, including us as Buckeye fans, will be insane to believe that Matt Patricia hasn't. No, we'll be foolish to believe that Matt Patricia has gotten everything out of this defense already. He is not.
Yeah. I mean, that's the scary part. Like, that's the scary part because we know that Ryan Day, is different. What we see in the playoffs is different than what we see regular season, right? If we have a defensive coach who's the same way, boy, this could get scary. Scary season is looming. Now, before we go ahead and move on into our next segment, I do want to ask you this question about Max Clare. He's talked about his confidence getting better. He's talked about getting more comfortable. One thing that I thought that was very interesting was him saying the game slowed down for him. And I'll tell you why I thought that was interesting. You hear about guys, hey, you need these game reps so that you can get accustomed to the speed of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, this is why Ohio State be beating the brakes off of people. Because even though the analytics, everything says we're playing at a slower pace, Garrison, Max Clare is telling you, no. When these dudes go 4 to 6, A to B, it's on a different level. I thought that, like, even though him not saying that, I thought him saying the fact that the game is slowing down for him, that's where my mind went. What about you?
I agree with. Well, I think a lot of the game has slowed down for him, man. Because if you talk, look, and I love this, the honesty. The players have said this about him. He has said this about himself, and Ryan Day has said this about him. That he had to get better when he came to Ohio State from Purdue. What he did at Purdue as a receiver was great, but overall that would not cut it at Ohio State. You gotta be a better blocker. You gotta have more dog in you, as Jeremiah talked about. And I'm happy that the game is slowing down for him because he is playing better in Big Ten play than he did beforehand. And so as the season goes on, like one of the things I love about Julian Sand is that outside the first two guys being Smith and Tate, the rest of them, he gets the ball to those guys. That'd be the running backs, the multitude of tight ends that we have. I do believe we have the best tight end room in the country. And then, of course, Brandon Ennis and the other wide receivers in that room. Yeah, I think that if the game slowing down for him is only going it's making him better, but that does so much for this offense. It does so much because I think what a lot of us Ohio State fans are waiting to see is, okay, well, when is the Max Clare game? Now, if we don't see it, is that a bad thing? No, because of everything else. Because of everything else is around the team. But over the last few weeks, when we've called his name, he has answered. And so proud of that, happy for him. He's definitely going to be a 2-year player here at Ohio State. So, I mean, hey, see you next. Hey, can't wait to see what he looks like next year. When that's the complete Max Clare we should see next season. So just want to see him continuously progress this year and keep doing what he's doing.
For sure, man. I just want to pop this up here, man. Jordan John, 33.
Shout out to Jordan, man.
Yeah, God bless Mike and that boy Garrison. Just wanted to pop in because God bless you as well, brother. Man.
Yeah, you too, Joe. God bless you. By the way, Jordan, real quick, we get a little negative. Call in tomorrow. You got things to talk about.
Uh-oh. Well, Garrison, before we move on to our next segment, is there anything else that caught your eye or that you wanted to speak on about the player interviews and their thoughts moving forward on this guy?
No, there's not. But I do want to say this. Because last week, Ryan Day, was it Mike last week? You brought this to my attention that it was only the captains last week that spoke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that he had the impact players this week. Because don't get me wrong, man, I love our captains. No, I love our captains.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, because K-Mac and Julian probably the two best players in the field that day. I mean, if you want to say Arvell, I get it. But no, for sure, man. Outside of that, nothing else. Before we continue real quick, I'm just gonna read this real quick. Some house cleaning here. Last house cleaning from the Voice of College Football, everybody. Get your business, product, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. And let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. The Voice of College Football is a growing network with a large following, so let's find out how we can help you grow with us. Check out the experience of one of our current partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen. And just like them, we're here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com today.
Well, I do want to tell you two things that I thought was pretty awesome from or actually a couple things. Now I'll just go through them real quick. Julian Sand, he's been competing with his brother. His brother was also a quarterback, and he said that their throwing sessions used to get very competitive. And he was the backup quarterback at their high school when he was a freshman and was competing with his brother, who was a senior, the senior starting quarterback on their team. I thought that was very intriguing. Another thing that was intriguing to me was Jermaine Matthews talking about the difference that he saw from JJ and Carnell Tate. And he was just saying also, like, JJ, you gotta double him, but Carnell Tate is like one of the hardest to guard because you don't know what route he's going to run. Every route the way he runs his route is the way he basically runs every route. So when he comes out, his break is very smooth. He said his body control. But he also said that he felt JJ's best attribute was his speed. Some people say that it's his strength is in how big he is, but he said that his best attribute is his speed. What was and Jermaine Matthews said that this is what I like about Julian. He said, if you start barking at Julian, he gonna have something back for you. So I thought that was a good nugget.
So Mike, I'm gonna further this conversation, and we talked about this pre-show, but I'm gonna bring this up now because this is a conversation I had a couple weeks ago. I had this conversation twice actually between two different people. First, I'm gonna do it this way. Coming into this season, I told everybody, like when we talk about Jeremiah being the best wide receiver at Ohio State history, I couldn't go there yet because I thought there were things that he still had to work on. Like when I brought up Marvin Harrison Jr., I said, listen, Emeka was hurt. Marv and a tight end were the only people we can go to. Marv was bracketed every single play, and for some odd reason in his zone, he still got open. I couldn't say the same for Jeremiah. So there's things he's still trying to work on as he is now. And I got asked this question. Is Jeremiah better than Carnell? And I sat there and thought I actually had the conversation. Because it's not that Jeremiah has much more talent than Carnell. Don't get it twisted. But today, and shout out to Coach Terry Smith over the interim coach at at Penn State, he said, "Hey, no disrespect to the rest of the wide receivers that came out of Ohio State." He said, "But those two, those are the best I've seen come out of there." And I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'll put it this way. Do I think Jeremiah's a better route runner than Carnell?
No.
No.
I mean, right now, Carnell is
he's playing like the best wide receiver in college football, Mike.
Like Jermaine Matthews said, Carnell Tate's a more complete wide receiver, man. You're not getting no better than that.
And the thing is, bro, is like when you have the athletic ability like JJ, and it's not man, it's gonna sound like I'm taking away from like I love Jeremiah Smith. Life would not be the same without you, my man. But dog, like I would love to see Carnell Tate's contested catch percentage. Because a lot of these touchdowns he's grabbing from Julian Sand, they're not always clear.
Yeah. I mean, to start the season off, the Texas game was contested.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I'm watching Carnell, bro. Carnell Tate currently right now is I'm gonna say it. He's the best wide receiver on Ohio State right now. And
you heard it here first.
And I'm not sitting here trying to be like on the other end, or just trying to be like give a hot take. No, like I can point out specific things about both of their games on why Carnell is. I'll say he's playing like the better receiver right now. It's not JJ's fault because, like you brought up, Mike, and I'm being long-winded here, but Jeremiah is pulling a lot. He's pulling a lot of attention.
Yeah,
but that's why I tweeted out last week. Eventually, you defensive coordinators are going to have to learn this. Leaving Carnell Tate one-on-one is dumb. It's stupid. It's asinine.
But then what else you gonna do?
That's 11, like Sass says. But I'm sorry, Mike. What were you saying, bro?
I said, but then what do? You play quarters, and then Jeremiah is just running past that. So I mean, what do you do?
go to your local cathedral. Ask if they have 10 gallons of holy water. Pour it on your field and go from there.
Yeah, I guess. All right, man. Moving on, man. For our Buckeyes.
Hold on. Wait. Before I let you continue. Okay. Who's playing like the better receiver right now?
I mean, right now, the better receiver, when you talk about the stats, what's happening is definitely Carnell Tate. I mean, there's no argument.
We might get heat to this, but
I mean, we might. I'm not going to sit here and say that Carnell is. The sky's the limit. We won't know for them. I'm not about to sit here and say that yet. But Habbo Tate, Carnell Tate has the best hands out of all the wide receivers in the day. I don't know. Emeka's hands was nice, bro.
Yeah.
And JSN. I mean, I feel like people wouldn't say this if we got to see a full second year JSN, bro. Like,
he's the best wide receiver in Ohio State history,
bro. JSN is nasty, bro. Like
he's better than CC. He's better than Ted Ginn.
I think that last year, not seeing JSN that last year, I think people don't give JSN his correct due, but he is showing it in the league. But for our Buckeyes Against the World segment, man, we're going to talk about what's going on around college football. And I don't know about you, but I saw Josh Pate.
I didn't see. I saw it, but I didn't see it.
Oh,
go ahead.
Hey, so I saw the video. I saw that they tweeted something out about a new head coaching job, and I gotta give a shout out to our guy Reese, Oklahoma fan Reese. Shout out to Reese.
Shout out to Reese, man. Reese knows football. Yeah, that boy knows football.
He told USC fans one day in a space, and he said, "Don't be shocked if you hear some news about Lincoln Riley, how he likes to sneak on up out of the night." And Josh Pate, today, what I saw was he said, "Be watching for Lincoln Riley at USC." when they were discussing about new head coaching positions.
There's only one job to take. That's Louisiana State.
My thing is you were set up at Oklahoma to go into the SEC. You ran from that.
He didn't want to go there.
You ran from it. Why are you? Oh, right now Oklahoma set up better than LSU. And you left Oklahoma high. Here's the crazy part. You left Oklahoma high and dry, took their quarterback, took their best players away from there. You left them high and dry, and they still turned out to be better than where LSU is right now. And what? All we have known is LSU every blue moon. That's what
that's LSU a fact. That's
what
fact.
LSU has always been. So why LSU? I'm not understanding. Lincoln Riley will just. My thing is I think that he's just like, hey, let me get a fresh start. If he can just keep getting these fresh starts, he'll be good. Because then people will say, oh, you got to give him time. You know what he can do. You can do this, but you know he's not gonna have a defense. So. It is what it is. I think
does anybody in the SEC have a defense right now? I'll say this, Mike. I think that is a lateral job simply for the fact that USC in its favor, they are a blue blood. LSU is not a blue blood. That is not a blue blood team.
Where are you hearing the LSU rumors from now? Like,
no, I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. What I'm saying is, I'm not leaving USC for Penn State. I'm not leaving USC for Florida.
What?
Wait. We take the.
You tripping, bro?
Let me think about that. Let me think about that.
The only reason I'm not, I
ain't gonna hold you. Hey, hold up. If I'm Lincoln Riley and you're telling me I have junior year DJ Lagway,
that's his style of quarterback. Bro, that's his style of quarterback.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. I feel like you would be taking a step back from going from a USC. You're talking about USC, a blue blood. Any of those programs that just lost their coach right now, I feel like you would be taking a step back.
Mike, I don't think any of them are in a better position than USC right now.
Exactly. And when you're talking about money-wise, you're talking about the location, prime location, it makes no sense for him to leave USC unless he is truly a fraud and just, hey, I'm going to get the bag and I'm going to ride the wave as long as I can. But
and this is a good point right here from Daniel Hammer. He says, why would Lincoln leave USC right now? Don't they have the #1 class on the moment? Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't, I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting from Josh Pate. It would be very, very sad if my guy turned out to be just nothing but clickbait, man. Because
he been doing it lately.
Man, I definitely have always been a fan of his, man, and I just don't want him to turn into that. But earlier in the show, Garrison, we talked about the college football playoff rankings, Ohio State being #1. But my biggest issue with this is how they went about ranking Big Ten teams. When you talk about 2-loss teams, you're talking about from the Big Ten, you're talking about Iowa, the team up north. You're talking about Washington as well, 2-loss teams. They are all 20. Oh, USC as well. My apologies. They are all 19 and below. But then when you get to the 2-loss teams of the SEC, they start at 16 and higher. That can a 2-loss team all the way to 11. That's my issue, bro. I feel like the Big Ten 2-loss teams are ranked way too low.
At USC at 19, I think they're better than 18 Miami. I think they would beat 17 Georgia Tech. I think they would beat 16 Vanderbilt. Louisville, maybe. Virginia, they would beat the brakes off Virginia. Utah, they maybe win that game. I'm not sure. Yeah, Mike, I agree. And even more so, I'm happy they ranked Iowa, who should have been ranked 2 weeks ago.
Here's my
But
thing.
Vanderbilt has no reason being right there. Texas, Mike, I'm sorry, but for narrative reasons, okay.
But here's the thing: the team. I hate that I'm about to do this, but the team up north should not be that far behind them. Yes,
no, they shouldn't.
Texas beat OU or whatever. I understand that, but Texas also lost to an unranked team.
They did.
By the committee's rankings, the only teams that the team of North have lost to is the teams that you have ranked, USC and OU. But you're going to reward a Texas team who lost to an unranked team?
Let's play a game. Let's play a game then. Do you think the Wolverines beat Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Georgia Tech?
Yes.
Louisville?
Yeah.
Virginia.
I think they're definitely going to beat Virginia. I've seen Virginia play. I've seen them play way too many times. If anybody has not watched the Virginia game, like it looks like angels in the outfield.
Yeah. Like the only teams that had like the Wolverines that I would struggle with them against. Well, I was struggling. Miami's one of them. Louisville.
Utah should be ahead of Texas. Utah's only losses is BYU and Texas Tech.
I thought they had a bad loss though.
No, Utah's only loss is BYU, which they lost by 3.
Yeah, Texas Tech beat them 34-10.
Yeah, it was bad, but Texas Tech
and that was out, and they were at home.
Man,
Texas Tech is damn.
Texas Tech was it's still one of your top ranked teams. You got them ranked at 8.
Well, actually, Texas Tech. I talked about this earlier. I said that's one of the teams. Like when people ask me like who I think Ohio State will struggle against, I say Texas Tech only because I don't know. But no, Mike, you make a great argument there. The Wolverines could be higher. I think Iowa could be higher. I think USC should be. I think USC is a playoff team. I don't care what anybody says. I would take USC over Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, the only one who I can't cupcake for or give like any argument for is Washington. I've watched them play too many times, and it's just like if they face a good defense, bro, their offense, is like it's gonna go flat on its face, bro.
Like it's a quality team, but they just don't win. They can't win those games.
I mean, the rest of they should win out against Washington. Purdue should win against UCLA, but then they'll probably lose to Oregon. So the thing is a lot of these teams, I don't think they're going to finish.
Well, Oregon's last 3 games are at Iowa, Washington, at USC.
Speaking of that, Oregon, number 9 Oregon at number 20 Iowa, 3:30 kickoff on CBS is my underrated game of the week.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Shout out to the guys, Cliff and Mac over at Big Ten Team Rivalry. I was with them earlier. I picked Oregon to win this game 24-17, and if this game was at night, I would pick Iowa to win.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
People look at Iowa. If you flat out look at Iowa's offensive stats on ESPN, it's not going to impress you until you find out that they're one of the most efficient offenses in college football. They run the ball well. They don't pass it at all. They got a quarterback that don't pass the ball, but they use that quarterback like a black quarterback. So like they run that boy, Mike. They run that boy. So it was a transfer from I think a 1AA school or D2 school. But yeah, it sounds crazy, but if the game was a few hours later, I would pick Iowa at night in Kinnick Stadium. That's a good Iowa team. That's a pretty good Iowa team, and you know they held Indiana to 20 points, and they probably should have won. Iowa should have won that game. So yeah, I think Iowa has they have 2 losses on the season by a combined 8 points. The teams being Iowa State, who's not ranked right now, but they're not a terrible team. They just can't win consistently. And then you have and it's a rivalry game they lost. And I think it was at the Cyclones. And then you lose 5 points at home to the number 2 team in the nation. So yeah, 24-17 Oregon.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The Big Ten's about to beat themselves up because you got the whole Iowa, you got Iowa, USC, and Oregon all about to beat each other up. So I mean, that's the thing when it's just funny, you know, that the narrative was Ohio State plays nobody. And now you look back on this, they have a Washington win, that's ranked. They have a Texas win, that's ranked. And then going forward, you could have a team up north as long as they don't lose another one. Yeah. Which they shouldn't. They got Northwestern and Maryland. So, yeah, that'll be 3 ranked games on our schedule. I mean, I really don't want to hear anything about it. But my top game of the week, Garrison, before we get out of here, is number 7 BYU on the road, taking on number 8 Texas Tech. It's a noon kickoff on ABC. I don't know. Might have to get your antennas out. If you,
no, I have a legal websites for that, Mike.
Oh. We did not hear Garrison say that.
You did not hear me say that.
That was allegedly.
No, I allegedly do.
But yeah, check that game out. I think that's going to be one of the top or the top game of the week. But I'll say this: soon as you think that there aren't good games, we always end up getting chaos. So, Garrison, you got anything else left for the people?
I'll give my game of the week.
Oh yeah.
I was just looking real quick. Wake Forest, Virginia. Wake Forest, West Virginia's been playing too much. They've been playing too much. And eventually time does run out. Demon Deacons right now 5-3, 2-3 in conference. But Wake Forest Virginia game. I think people should watch that. It's at Virginia, but I think if you want to see a good game go down to the wire, well, I believe it will go down to the wire and possibly knock Virginia out of contention for the playoff. That's the game to watch.
Yeah, bro. Do you want to you got fan questions? I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to our top 3. You got Day One.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Daniel Henry coming in at number 2, and the Rob Favre at number 3. We got Aaron at number 4, and Jam, as always, coming in at number 5. We appreciate all of our top fans on YouTube. Again, make sure you hit that like button, that comment button, and the algorithm lets you know and gets you up in that top fanfare, man. We appreciate all the interaction on our YouTube channel.
One thing I do want to point out, I want to bring this up from the Rob Favre. The LJ haters owe LJ an apology after all the stupid drama last year with Knowles. It ain't just last year, it's the beginning of this year too.
Who told you? Who told you?
Yeah, and eventually I came onto that side. Larry Johnson's the best D-line coach in college football. You heard it, and you heard it here at Ohio State, the voice of college football.
But there was a comment after that, I think that Aaron had put in, the recruits need to start taking notice. And, you know, a lot of people blame Larry on the whole, you know, Justice Hill, because he said that, you know, he was going to change him or make him the next Chase Young. But under Jim Knowles, that's what he was going to have to be. You know, now you seeing here, like I always said, it didn't make sense because with Larry here, we got to see our defensive ends come in and be nose tackle. We have rushman packages. So to hear Larry doesn't want to be multiple doesn't make sense, because soon as Matt Patricia was like, hey, let's be multiple, he right on board with it.
Right.
So a lot of it didn't make sense. Also, you see what guys like Caden Curry is doing when they lined up at nose and everything like that. It makes no sense. I mean, I'm sure Larry Johnson would have loved to have used Jack Sawyer or JTT in those type of situations more. So it didn't make sense. It never did to me.
Well, shoot, man. You got anything else you want to bring up real quick before we get out of here?
No, man. Make sure that y'all tuning in tomorrow on the Voice of College Football Ohio State call-in show, man. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. We go live directly after the game. So check myself and Garrison out right here on this channel.
All right, Mike, man. Well, as always, my brother, OH.
I-O.